More money to fix schools that look like this. We found schools with mold and leaking pipes, but then we found out Richmond School Board members were spending money on trips and five-star hotels on your dime.
CBS 6's Lorenzo Hall investigates why they say the money is needed, what's being cut, and why one member is even being paid to drive to work in the CBS 6 investigation.
Decrepit school buildings needing millions of dollars in emergency repairs.
There's a case for YL.
The Richmond Public School Board says it's working to come up with the funds to fix this problem. But after looking through mounds of receipts, CBS 6 has questions about the way some board members are spending your money. Conferences in Miami, New Orleans, and as far away as Portland, Oregon. Those are some of the trips school board member Teachie Pinckney Epps has taken in just the last 6 months. With food, airfare, registration fees, and hotels covered, including a stay at this 5-star hotel in Miami, it cost you, the taxpayer, more than $8,500. School board member Mamie Taylor joined Pinckney Epps on those trips to Miami, New Orleans, and Portland. Your bill for her trips, more than $8,100. And that's not all. You're also paying for Taylor to fill up her car right here in Richmond. She's actually getting reimbursed for gas to drive from her home to every school board meeting. For more than 2 weeks, we've reached out to Taylor and Pinckney Epps by email, text, as well as phone to set up an interview, but they would only respond with written statements. Pinckney Epps tells us her schedule is, quote, hectic, and in the future, she does plan to use her funds for informational events and to celebrate academic gains. Taylor says these trips afford her the opportunity to make, quote, informed decisions. However, we wanted more of our questions answered, so we went to several school board meetings, but Pinckney Epps and Taylor were consistently absent. Based on attendance records from the clerk's office, they've only been to 2 of 6 meetings since early September.
We want to speak with you really quickly. We've been trying to meet up with you.
Therefore, we went to their homes, and Pinckney Epps still wouldn't answer our questions.
We just wanted to let you know this was an opportunity to chat with us about everything.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
When we went to Taylor's house, no one answered the door.
These 2 board members are not doing anything illegal. They're using money from what's called a professional development and constituent services budget. It can go toward conferences or community events. Last year, each board member received $1,233, but this year they got a lot more, going up to $15,933 for each board member.
You know, we do have a lot of need here in Richmond.
School board member Jeff Bourne says the significant increase was needed, primarily to give board members the option to better communicate with people in their districts through events and newsletters. Now, Bourne says limits may need to be placed on these funds because of the way it's being spent. He's one of 4 board members who hasn't touched a dime of this money because he says he wants to use it wisely.
We need to be careful. It's a new day. It's a new world.
It's not our money.
School board member Shonda Harris Muhammad agrees. She, along with Kristen Larson and Donald Coleman, are 3 board members who have used their funds for either community events, newsletters, or in-state conferences. All 3 of them combined have only spent about $3,200. So who's holding the other board members accountable for spending money only on out-of-town trips and not their district?
Have you guys inquired from those board members about those trips, what they learned, to try and get the information, set up a presentation?
We are now.
You are now?
We are now. We are now. We have to be held accountable for ourselves.
Now, we should note currently the entire Richmond Public School Board must approve of these trips. It's the same process in some of the surrounding counties. Henrico's board members each receive about $7,600, and in Chesterfield, much less, at $5,000 for each school board member. In the newsroom, I'm Lorenzo Hall for CBS 6 News.